Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is inventory part 5. We're going to be looking at a live example. Well, actually, not live, it's previously recorded, but live to me. Let's take a look at an example of an inventory purchase. I would like, you guys are, my dad humor is going off the charts today. Okay, so Oakland purchases 5,000 bags from SFO for $55 per bag. The bags were sold on April 1st, 2024, FOB destination. Oakland received the bags on April 4th. The terms were 315 net 45. Then we have on April 5th, Oakland returned 60 bags and received full credit. On April 7th, SFO gave Oakland a $1,000 purchase allowance for being a good customer. And on April 10th, 2024, Oakland paid the remaining balance to SFO. So required, prepare journal entries as needed for the transactions listed above. So what I'm going to do for this over here is I'm going to make myself a few different T accounts just because it's going to be kind of easier for us to kind of go through and track. And then once I've gone through and input the transactions into the T accounts, what I'll then go through and do is I'll then go ahead and then put them into journal entries. Okay, so first question is, when do we record the sale? So if it's being sold free on board destination and we receive the bags on April 4th, when do we record it? We record it when they are received. So right over here, we're going to record this transaction on April 4th. Now, how much do we go through and record it for? Well, there's 5,000 bags being sold. The cost per bag is at 55. So my total purchase for Oakland is going to be 5,000 times 55 or $275,000. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we'll put this in units. We'll then put this in dollars. Be even more fun right over here. So when I go through and record this and I'm buying this on account, meaning I'm going to pay later. So on April 4th, I'm receiving inventory, right? So on 4/4, inventory is an asset. I'm going to show that asset increase with a debit. So right over here, I'm going to debit inventory for $275,000. For every debit, I need a credit. What am I crediting? I'm buying the inventory on account. So this is going to be to accounts payable over here for $275,000. So this is what we're going to go through over here and do for this particular one. Okay. Now we come down over here. That's this part here. Now, if I had to do a journal entry for this, right, the journal entries are really a translation of what we just did above. So we have 4/4/24. I'm going to list out the account that I'm debiting first, which is going to be inventory, right? Over here, and then the account that I'm going to be crediting is going to be accounts payable or AP. So right over here, I'm going to credit accounts payable for $275,000, and I would need a little description, which would be to record purchase of inventory on account. All right. Now, on April 5th, I returned 60 bags and received full credit. So as we saw from before, when I have a purchase return, what I also, by the way, too, before I return something, do I want to get an RMA or a request for return materials authorization? Yes, just don't ship it back automatically. Talk to customer service, make sure you got the approval. Okay, so right over here, so I'm returning 60 bags. The cost per bag is 55. So the amount of my purchase return is going to be $3,300. The way I'm going to go through and record this is how? Well, if I'm returning items, I'm no longer going to owe them basically that money. So over here on 4/5, I'm going to debit accounts payable for $3,300. But at the same time, I gave the items back. So over here under inventory, I'm also going to credit inventory for the purchase return. So let's just go ahead and make this into a journal entry while we're at it. So I'm going to come down right over here. I'm going to have 4/5/24. I'm going to debit accounts payable and I'm going to credit inventory. So right over here, this is going to be for 3,300 and 3,300, and this is going to be record purchase return. So that's what we're doing on April 5th. Now let's go over here to April 7th. I'm given an $1,000 purchase allowance, right? What is a purchase allowance? The salesperson or the vendor is telling me I don't have to pay $1,000. So when I have a purchase allowance, I'm going to reduce my inventory amount for $1,000. And at the same time, if I don't have to go through and pay it, what I want to go over here and do in terms of looking at my accounts payable, I'm also not going to need to go through and pay that amount either. So over here on 4/6, I'm going to have a credit. So I'm going to debit to accounts payable because they're telling me, hey, Bennett, you don't have your, or hey, Oakland, you don't have to pay that $1,000. So this is a purchase allowance, basically telling them they don't have to pay that amount. We handle it the same way as a purchase return. So I'm going to come over here on this is 4/7/24, not 4/6. I should know from my own examples. I'm going to go ahead and debit accounts payable, credit inventory. Wow, I'm losing it today. Credit inventory, and this is going to be to record a purchase allowance right over here for $1,000. Okay, so that's what we're doing on April 7th. Good job, Tchaikovsky. Let's go, accounting professor. Let's do it. Okay, so right over here. Now on 4/10, I'm paying the remaining amount owed to SFO. So as I look at this over here, what I want to know is, well, let's first figure out how much do I actually owe SFO? Well, over here, I had the purchase return and the purchase allowance totaling 4,300. The amount I originally owed was 275. So the amount that I owe is 270,000. Now, the amount owed is 270. Am I eligible to take a discount? Well, if I'm paying within 15 days of when I receive the bags, do I get it? The answer is yes. I'm paying on April 10th and I receive them on April 4th. So I'm eligible to take the discount. So my discount amount is going to be 3%. So my discount is going to be, wow. My discount amount is going to be right over here at, oh, nice numbers, Tchaikovsky. You're getting that really good. Okay, 8,121. Okay, we see some hidden numbers back there. Okay, so this is my discount amount. So how much am I going to be paying them? Well, it's going to be the amount owed less the discount, or over here, the amount of cash that's going to be paid to SFO is going to be $262,579. So we know that we're going to go over here and we're going to be crediting cash for $262,579. Remember, cash is an asset, and we're going to show it a decrease to our assets with a credit. Now, if I go over here and debit accounts payable, I have a problem. The problem would be is that, well, over here, I have basically 8,121 left. So this is not what I want to do. Rather, when I take advantage of a discount during the discount period, I'm going to debit accounts payable for the entire amount, or $270,700. So let's see where we are right now. On 4/10/24, I'm debiting cash. I am debiting cash for, excuse me, crediting cash. Wow, Tchaikovsky, you're just losing it today. We are crediting cash for, not tango, but cash. We are crediting, and if anybody gets that reference, I'm going to be shocked. We're crediting cash right over here for $262,579. What I'm also, though, doing at the same time is I'm going to be debiting accounts payable. Right, I'm debiting accounts payable for the full amount, because remember, when we take advantage of that discount, we're going to be able to basically write off the whole thing, or we're going to be able to, we don't owe any more money. Now, what is my problem? My total debits of 270,000 do not equal my total credits. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to balance. I'm going to need a credit of 8,121. Now, where is this going to go to? Well, as we saw from before, if we have a purchase discount, I'm going to credit inventory, and this is going to record payment of amount due. Okay, so I'm going to credit inventory over here. Let's just do this. So I'm going to credit inventory for 8121. And over here, when I go through and do that on April 10th, what I now have in terms of my inventory account is my inventory is basically showing 275 in total debits, credits for the purchase return, purchase allowance, and then the purchase discount. So the ending carrying amount of my inventory, which happens to be the amount of cash I just paid, is 262,579. So again, this is how we go through and make these journal entries. Now, the one great thing is if you memorize these and you practice these are generally always going to be the same. So this is when we want to start going through and practicing. When we get to our sales transactions, you'll see why that is so, so important. So in any event, I want to thank you for joining me here today. Appreciate you liking and subscribing to my channel and also watching these videos. And have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Have a great one.